If you are a tennis player that struggles with tight hamstrings a lot, then this video is going to be really helpful for you. I'm going to show you a very simple exercise that you can do. It only takes a minute or a couple of minutes, but it can be a really effective way to help relax your hamstrings. So you could do it throughout the day. You can also do it as part of your warm-up before you play, or you could even do it after matches to help you recover more quickly. So hopefully you find the video helpful. If you do, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, it always really helps me out if you could do that as well. So when people have tight hamstrings, they generally spend quite a lot of time stretching them because it gives them a temporary relief. But as you've probably already found out, they tend to tighten up relatively quickly afterwards. And this is because tight hamstrings are never caused by a deficiency in stretching. Our brain holds our hamstrings tight for a reason. There can be a number of different reasons. So what we're going to be doing in this video is working on one of the potential underlying reasons why your brain might want to hold your hamstrings tight. And because we're addressing one of the potential underlying reasons, it can be a really effective way to help your hamstrings relax and to stay more relaxed slightly longer term. So what I recommend that you do is you start by testing your hamstrings and kind of get a gauge for how they're feeling. So just do some kind of straight leg raise or something that works for you. And then what we're going to do is a mobilization for the tibial nerve. So the tibial nerve is a nerve that comes from your sciatic nerve, and it's the nerve that supplies the hamstrings muscles. Now, nerves need to be able to move properly and freely in order to do their job effectively, and if they get a little bit stuck to surrounding tissues, that can create problems, and your brain cannot like that, and that can be a potential reason that your brain might want to hold your hamstrings tight. So by mobilizing the nerve, it can often very quickly encourage your brain to relax your hamstrings. So I'll show you what the tibial nerve looks like. I'm basically going to sit on the edge of something, so I'm not at the back of this bench, I'm sitting on the edge of the bench. I'm going to be straightening my leg, I'm going to pull my toes up, and I'm going to evert them. So I'm pulling them up and I'm tilting the little toe out to the side, and then I'm going to hold it in that position because that's going to pin this tibial nerve, because the tibial nerve attaches to some of the muscles on the bottom of the feet. What I'm then going to do is straighten my spine, because the tibial nerve turns into the sciatic nerve, which turns into the spinal cord, which then attaches to the brain. So I'm now holding, obviously my brain's stuck in the same position, my foot is stuck in the same position, and then I'm going to lean forwards until I feel tension down the back of my leg somewhere. And when we're mobilizing a nerve, we only want maybe a 3 out of 10 in terms of tension as a maximum. So we're not trying to crank on it, we're just trying to mobilize it and encourage it. So I'm going to go for a 3 out of 10 in terms of tension. I'm just going to lean forwards, and I can feel it. For me, I can feel it just behind the knee, and you might feel it behind the knee, in the hamstring, or in the calf. It doesn't matter where you feel it, but we're going to stop at that 3 out of 10 position. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mobilize this nerve at some of the joints that it crosses. So I'm going to mobilize it at the hip. I've got to hold my foot in position, toes pulled up and turned out, and then I'm going to take my leg out to the side. So I'm going to externally rotate my leg, and as I do that, it takes the tension off. And then as I bring it back, it increases the tension. And I'm going to do this maybe 4 or 5 times, and then relax. Then I'm going to find my position again, and now I'm leaning forward, so I've got the tension there. So that relaxed things a little bit for me, so I can go forward slightly. And what I should point out is that depending how flexible you are, it might look very different for you. When I do this, that's where I feel the tension with my spine in this position. But if you're way more flexible than me, you might be able to get your spine all the way to there before you feel it in the hamstring, or before you feel it in the back of your leg. Just make sure that you're holding your foot in position though. If you relax the foot, it won't work. You've got to hold it in position. If you're super flexible, you might be able to, I'm going to bend my leg, but you might be able to do this and round forwards before you feel things. So it's just a case of finding your 3 out of 10 tension. But I've mobilized at the hip. I'm now going to bend and straighten the knee. So I'm just bending the knee a little bit. That takes tension off the nerve, and then I'm straightening it. And I'm just going to do that 4 or 5 times just to mobilize this nerve in and around the knee and some of the tissues behind it. I'm going to relax, and then I'm going to set up again. And now I'm going to find my tension again. So that one didn't change too much for me, still the same position, but then I'm going to work on mobilizing this nerve at the ankle. So I'm going to bring the toes up and out to tension the nerve, and then I'm going to relax the nerve by pointing my foot. And I'm going to do that 4 or 5 times. Okay? So now I've mobilized the nerve at my hip joint, at my knee joint, at my ankle joint, so 3 of the main joints that this nerve crosses. After that, I'm then going to stand back up and I'm going to reassess and see if my range of motion improved. And you can see for me at the start I was just kind of touching my toes, and now I am reaching over my toes fairly comfortably. So for me, very effective exercise. So give this exercise a try, see how you get on. If it gives you an increase in range of motion, then feel free to leave me a comment to let me know, and then obviously use it. You can do it throughout the day and you can do it as part of your warm-ups, and it's going to be a really quick way to help you relax your hamstrings. Now, if you found this enjoyable and helpful and you would like to learn more about using brain-based training to improve tennis performance, I invite you to my next Neuro Tennis Challenge. These are events that I run semi-regularly where I teach you how to use brain-based training to improve your vision, to improve your balance, to improve your coordination, to basically make yourself more skillful, because once you're more skillful and your body moves better, that then enables you to play higher level tennis. So I'll place a link to this challenge down in the description, or you can go to neurotennis.net/challenge to learn more and register. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about what I've covered here, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll catch you next time.